Still wondering how that girl built her confidence and her success? Well, I'm about to share with you the powerful habits that set her apart and create that lasting change. Welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. It is Lilibel Lives here, and I'm always wanting to share with you my powerful tips and tricks that are gonna get you success and life of your dreams. So today, I'm sharing with you my 10 powerful wellness rituals that have changed my life and transformed my energy, mindset, and health. So stick with me here and watch the rest of this video, and if you can consistently hit these habits and commit to making these changes in becoming that 1% girl, you too will also stand out from the crowd, build confidence, have success, and be thriving in your life. So let's dive in. So number one is my morning hydration ritual. This might sound silly, but genuinely, if you are not hydrated after an 8-hour sleep, we have not drank water, let alone proper hydration. So I start my day with a glass of filtered water, a quarter teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. We want proper salt so we can get our trace minerals. So after being asleep all that time, we want to kickstart our metabolism and boost our energy. Not only does my morning hydration protocol going to help me boost that metabolism energy, I like to also aid my glucose regulation so I'm not constantly spiking that hunger hormone. So I also have a little shot of apple cider vinegar every single morning. That's also going to give me that extra detox boost from my night's sleep. Without this crucial hydration protocol every single morning, I feel like you're setting your day up for a higher chance of getting headaches, migraines, cognitive fatigue, brain fog, when really, if we want to set ourselves apart from the crowd and tackle our day with lots of energy, we actually want really good hydration so that we can benefit our cognitive enhancement and be way more productive throughout the day. And that's how we're going to become that girl with our first step of our morning ritual. 2, this might sound simple, but daily movement. Yes, we still need our rest days, but we still need to move our body daily in some form or way. So whether this is just a morning stretch or even just like going for a walk, I highly suggest you move your body first thing in the morning. It's gonna clear our mind, it's gonna get the blood flowing in our body, it's gonna have a very positive feedback loop to all of our systems, getting our energy up and actually telling our body we are starting our day. This is gonna make you so much more grounded, letting out and using your body and having time for you by doing your daily movement first before everything else comes. If you can't put yourself first, there's no way you can be your optimal self in putting into others. So you might be saying, how am I going to fit a daily movement in every single morning when I have work, when I have kids, when I have all these da-da-da-da-da? We can all make a range of excuses, but we're trying to become that girl. So we need to set ourselves apart from the crowd and we need to make it work. We need to make time to make our daily movement happen every single day. An extra tip, if you can make that movement happen outside and get the sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning, it's also going to help regulate your circadian rhythm and boost that morning alertness so that you're not waking up unrefreshed, which is such a common symptom I hear all the time. And we want to avoid that if we're going to be that girl. After daily movement, we got our third tip is our balanced meal toolkit. I've created a toolkit that creates balanced meals all day that are gonna fuel me for my entire day. Starting my day with something like protein and high fats, which is something us ladies need to stop cutting out of our diet because fats are what are actually going to work with our hormones and give us that energy to satiate us throughout the day. Starting your morning off with a heavy carb meal is only going to make you crash really quickly, and the carbohydrates, yes, they'll have that quick burst of energy, but we're wanting that quick brain boosting energy, which we need protein and fats to do so. So after I've started my morning with my protein and fats after my hydration protocol, this is going to keep me energized throughout my day. Then I have the tools and knowledge to add in my carbs seamlessly throughout my day to avoid those 3 p.m. crashes and keeping me satiated all day long. So having these balanced meals are going to be the difference between whether you crash or whether you thrive. So this is where I think investing in a coach or gaining the knowledge around nutrition, and you can follow my page, I share my tips all the time in every single video of mine. This is where you're going to learn these tips and they're going to become second to nature to you, and you're really going to just have the daily habit of having balanced meals consistently. I find people don't stick to something consistently, their meals are not balanced frequently enough, and that is why their day is like a roller coaster, or their weeks, because every single day looks different, or it's looking the same day on a plate and it's purely just carbs and you're not actually fueling your body effectively. So let's gain the knowledge to have a balanced meal. Okay, number 4, this might almost be my favorite. We need to start embracing the uncomfortable. We are trying to become the higher her, therefore it's going to be a bit uncomfortable because we've got to do something different. You got to start to change what you're currently doing doing if you're not there yet. Something has to change in order to get there. So I've learned to embrace this discomfort of growth. Now, it doesn't mean jumping into extreme challenges of 75 hard or soft or whatever it may be. But if you do want to stand out and go big in this one life, you need to do something hard and get uncomfortable with it. So I find these tools that I'm giving you today and these 10 healthy wellness rituals are what's going to stop you from burning out while you take the leap and do something that's extremely uncomfortable for you. So this growth we're talking about, it's only going to happen if we actually stick with it. So like I said at the start of this video, stick with me here and stick with yourself and commit to becoming that girl. I also believe this is where confidence is built. We talked about at the start when I said to you, how does that girl build her confidence and success? We need to stop thinking that some people just have it naturally. Sure, maybe they do have a little bit more confidence naturally, but I think somewhere along the line, they still had to build it or at least utilize it well. So we all start at some point and your confidence will grow when you show up for you every single day. Now, that tip number 4, I think is truly the game changer here. So if you're gonna take one thing from this whole video, make it that one. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and thinking that girl naturally had confidence and build upon your own confidence. 5, we are going to create your dedicated day. You're going to pick one day in your week that becomes your dedicated day to getting shit done. So for me, Sundays are my dedicated day. Now, this might look like a self-care day, but what self-care really is, so you can look at it from a form of self-care where you're having your baths and relaxing, but more so we're going to be resetting and recharging. This is where I like to set up for the week ahead, and I like to take my time to make sure I have my foods and the things in my house that are going to fuel me effectively so I can create those balanced meals every day. Whether that means you actually meal prep all those meals or you bulk batch your protein and your carbs and have them ready to go so you can quickly whip up those balanced meals. These are all the things that are going to stop you from stressing when things do get busy in your week. By preparing ahead, I avoid feeling overwhelmed. And I think if you start to look at your dedicated day rather than just like self-care rituals, think of it more as resetting and making sure you have everything planned ahead to avoid the burnout in the week or to avoid the procrastination. If you already have your meals done on those busy days, you can't then avoid it and be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to cook. This is where our little habits start to slip up, when we don't actually utilize our dedicated day, our self-care days, to actually put in a little bit of the hard work and stop yourself from procrastinating during the week. So by putting in the energy now, you're going to prepare yourself from being overwhelmed and burning out during your week. And that way you can put your time and energy into the important things as we strive to become the better her. So change your mindset about your rest days and your self-care days and know that they'll still take a little bit of work, but that work will take out a lot of the work during the week. Number 6, after your dedicated day, you are now working on you. So set a time every week to work on some personal growth, whether that personal growth is something very internal. And if you always look at other girls with the lens of they got that confidence naturally, they got that success because they had this help, that is something you could dedicate time to slowly working on and changing the way you perceive things. Or this working on you might look like setting a time to finally start that side hustle, finally start that YouTube video. So if it's developing new skills, reflecting on yourself and your habits or your goals, or addressing things that need improvement, it's about putting the energy back into yourself. So by prioritizing these things we need to improve on and being very self-aware, it allows us to grow and move forward and reach bigger and new levels and staying aligned with the higher version we want to be. We want to be the best version of ourselves. So that means we're going to have to put in the hard work and we are going to have to do some self-reflecting and working on ourselves and realize some places that are limiting ourselves. Get rid of those limiting beliefs and get rid of that judgment you're putting onto others that is actually reflecting onto you. Okay, number 7, we're back to another bit of a wellness ritual. Find the supplements that work for you. I've learned that having the right people in your corner, like a naturopath myself, and actually getting the help and resources you need are gonna make a world of a difference. Especially having like a naturopath and someone who understands the female body to really help you thrive. Men are going to work so differently on this cycle when they are striving to become the best version of themselves. Us women, we also need a little bit of extra help because our cycle fluctuates so much. So this is where supplements might be the best thing for you. So yes, our body and how we feel is going to help, but more importantly, the supplements that we need for our extra nourishment and energy while we're working this extra bit hard is going to be very crucial. For me, I've added things like magnesium for my sleep and stress and my mood so that I'm not irritable and tired when I'm trying to be the best version of myself the next day. Or it might be things like, are you lacking vitamin D and all these things? But getting the testing done and finding out what you actually need, rather than just putting all this shit into your green smoothie and thinking it's gonna be helping you, when really you might just need to actually minimize the amount you do and just add small little tips and tricks. You might only need 1 or 2 supplements to give you that extra push. Simple additions for me have given me more energy and balance throughout my day. Number 8, saying no without guilt. Learn to say no to the things that don't serve you, that don't bring you peace, and are not aligned with your values and energy. Setting boundaries has helped me create more peace in my life and has helped me create time and space for the things that truly bring me joy. Now, I think this step is easier said than done, but when you can start to eliminate yourself from the people who aren't aligned, you're gonna start to actually reflect that in your work, and you're gonna feel a huge shift eventually. It might take a while, but it'll be one of those things when you look back, you'll be like, wow, when I started to say no to that shit, when I stopped doing things that I didn't actually want to do just because it pleased someone else, I actually saw growth in this area of my life and my personality and my confidence. It will change the game for you. And I think you just have to start, rather than keep saying, next time I wish I had have said no to that. You have to start saying no and show up for yourself. And don't worry if someone else gets butthurt about it, because it's still you at the end of the day and it's your life. Sleep routine. I prioritize sleep like it's my second job, and so should you. Start to create that calming night routine. No screens. Maybe you read a book, maybe you turn on that red light, but start to do something that actually gets your body into knowing you're winding down. So whether it is you're working on a side hustle and you struggle to put down the work or phone, when things start to spark the creative flow, we still have to pull ourselves up on these habits, because is it going to be more detrimental the next day, or is it actually going to help you? Tick that thing off your to-do list. Now, I'm not saying one thing is right or the other. Sometimes I know actually just quickly doing it and getting it done helps me have a deeper sleep. Or if I'm just procrastinating and keep saying I have all these things to get done, I might be better off just getting a good night's sleep, waking up ready to go and smashing it out in the morning. So you need to start to ask yourself those questions. Am I going to be more productive this way, or am I lacking here and I'll actually be better off the next day? Sleep is so important. I don't think enough of us are actually prioritizing it like it's our job and actually getting a consistent amount of sleep. Sure, you can tell me you had 8 hours of sleep last night, but was it consistently? Was it even a deep sleep? We need to do it daily in order to reap the benefits of our sleep and have that energy throughout the day. It plays a huge role. If you find yourself being more anxious and irritable, your sleep could be the reason. Now, number 10, the mirror effect. Now, if you haven't read the 4 Agreements, who does a lot better job of explaining this, I'm gonna try and give you the gist so you can take away this tip, because I think the mirroring effect is such a key to changing your life. So the way you perceive others says more about you than them. And when you start to realize this, you really start to see the benefit. So here's the gist. Everything you see is a reflection of you. The way you perceive others says a lot about how you perceive yourself, as the world around you mirrors your inner world. So when you start to embrace your own worth, you will get that reflected back into the people you attract and the things that come into your life. And everything you're judging and perceiving onto others is actually a reflection of you. And if you can do this with a positive mirroring effect and you start to look at them with confidence, you will find that you start to attract confidence within yourself and with others around you. Read the 4 Agreements to dive deep into the mirroring effect, but I honestly think it is a life-changing experience and understanding it. Right now, some of these 10 wellness rituals might not seem that mind-blowing at first, but when you start to actually stick to them consistently, that's when you'll really see the effect. When was the last time you actually did something for longer than 2 to 4 weeks? It is the little things done every single day that make the world of a difference. These 10 rituals I still do every single day for the last 2 years. I still do my morning hydration protocol every single day, and I honestly reap the benefits of it throughout my day. If you're ready to take action and start showing up for yourself, then do these 10 habits consistently and you will see the changes quickly. And come back to this video when you need to revisit them, or comment below in the next 6 months when you feel like you've made consistent changes and are thriving and having your full potential in life. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more tips to help you level up your life. And as always, lots of love from Lily Bell Lives.